Hello, Gemini friends. This is Christelle Martinette with another weekly reading starting February 29th. And I have the Angel Tarot here. One card has fallen out. And the Sibila cards here, they're all pre-shuffled, but I will shuffle them again. And a set of runes that I made, my first set of runes that I made out of maypole. See what the week holds in store for you, Gemini. Wow. 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 All right, look, you are on your way, and it's most likely that when I'm reading the week of the 22nd, things are on there, they are already in progress. As so much so that you may have what we call in Italian l'imbarazzo della scelta. You don't know what to choose. You have different offers that you're weighing, and you know, as in other readings, it's very interesting to see here too that the financial situation, the livelihood situation seems to overlap the romantic situation. Here too, we have a very, very happy situation emotionally, so much so that you can do with that relationship, with those relationships. For those of you who have more than one, it seems that there's an abundance here. You can do what you want. And many of you, if not most of you, I would say, will choose to start from scratch and start with the newest relationship that you have within your hands. Again, you have the power, you have both earthly power, both otherworldly power here. You have, literally, you have the stars on your side. And it comes at an end of much, much, much work on your part, much passion on your part. It's as if, you know, these couple of weeks are giving Gemini a new name. You know, they're giving you more substance, more. You're making a name for yourself. Let me show you the cards. The first card in is this Six of Swords. Then we have the Seven of Cups. Let's see. Seven of Cups. I don't know if you could see that veil with the imprint of 7 cups. There you go. The Two of Coins. This lovely 6 of Cups. The Magician. The Fool. The Emperor. The Stars. And the 10 of Wands. So going back and counting, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana this week. Very, very interesting, very powerful, very strong. As I said, this is something that begins a cycle of rewards. You're seeing something to show. There's something to show for your efforts. And you've been working on it in the past. What I'm hearing is that it's not just the recent past. Recent past for me is a month, 2. at most. Here we have at least one, if not more, years that you've been building on something, and now, just now, you're seeing the fruits of your labor. Extremely interesting. I'm going to take the Vida Sibila cards on some of these to see a few more of the details. For example, the first card is the Six of Swords. I'd like to see what that has to say for itself. Okay, now, there's something here done. All right, there's the Seven of Swords here is always a card that is, there's someone rowing and they're bringing a child and a woman, and this is typical of the Rider-Waite generally. But in I think all of the cards, all of the tarots that I have ever worked with, there's always a movement implied from one place to the next, going to another place. And in many of the cards, it does, in many of the decks, it does talk of moving to the other world, moving to an area that you have not contemplated yet. And this is to help you understand which of those things that you have in your hands, which one to choose. Now, the Vida Sibila that I have over that are 3 cards: Militare, the military, the female lover, and the Belvedere, looking out to see something positive coming in. Now, these cards are telling me that there are 2 messages here. For many of you, it's not quite sure yet with this week where you're actually destined to be. And there is another person involved. There's a lover involved, male or female. And in any case, the cards are telling me that the outcome will be positive when the decision is made. I'm going to take these Sibilas on the 7. The 7 of Cups right next to that. Well, and yes, it is. It's interesting that we did say movement, travel, things like that. But these Sibila here, over the 7 of Cups, are telling me the travel is going in another direction, viaggio. Next to that, we have the lies, falsità, and then love. So what it means, there are several layers of meaning here. This tells me that perhaps there's a trip aborted to save the relationship that you have that is most dear to your heart. Another tells me that you are inventing a vacation, a trip, a movement, so you can get out of some of those people that you're juggling because you have something more important in your hands. Interesting, this. I'm going to go to the 2 of Coins. Well, the 2 of Coins, and they're insisting on the love, the romantic. This is the male lover here, Speranza, Hope, and the Gran Signore. Now, what the idea is, there's a progression, the first 3 cards. The notion here is that you are interested in being a very significant other, the Gran Signore, the most important person, and these are your hopes, to someone else. So as I said before, this may be that you are juggling people and you have your sights on someone who is more important for you now. So I'm going to the 6 of Cups, and let's see what they have to say. Here's the Costanza, Bambino, the beginning, Constance, and Gelosia. Now, this tells me over the 6 of Cups that your idea is to turn to a person from your past. Start again. The idea was always, it was an idea that was very uppermost in your mind throughout the past year, I would say, to begin another relationship. Were it not for your fear, I'm seeing this gelosia as fear, jealousy, but fear because you were not ready and you were not sure of their reaction. But lo and behold, then we have both the Magician card and the Fool card and the Emperor card and the Star card, 1, 2, 3, 4, coming after that, 6 of Cups. So they're trying to say to you, have no fear, go back to that person that loved one, the person you know, whether it was he or she was a loved one for you, whether it was just a chance meeting and they were a friend, but you know them already, that is where the cards are suggesting you go. Let me take the 10 of Wands, and what I have here is Donna di Servizio. This is the housemaid, Gran Consolazione, which speaks to finances, and Amica. These two are very fortunate cards in this position. The 10 of Wands speaks of the end of a cycle of passionate working towards a goal. This is a reward. Gran Consolazione speaks to finances, speaks to your livelihood, speaks to all of those programs, projects that you've had and cultivated, have been cultivating this past time, which could go from 2 months to over a year. This is extremely interesting for me to see. There's one more thing that I would like to look at, and it is the Magician. No, well, rather the Magician, no, rather the Fool, because the Fool in tarot circles is always seen as something, as a card that on the one hand means a beginning, and on the other hand means an avventurato. It means a false beginning, a beginning that is probably has been decided too soon. You know, so it's a high risk. Let's take a look at that. Ah, interesting, huh? Okay, so it is the first of the two that I just mentioned. Fedeltà, fidelity, leggerezza, lightness of being, and this also speaks to a new beginning. And Mercante. Now, Mercante is a card in this position that talks to me of you keeping things under your belt, things to yourself, plans in your realm of finances, livelihood, work, that no one really knows about. But this is the time that it's coming forth. This is the time that you need to bring it up. Be true to your plans. Be true to what you really, really, really want out of life and out of this situation, of your work, your livelihood, your finances for yourself. I'm going to take now the runes that my first set of runes that I made out of maple, and see what they have to say. Okay. Okay, now, there are three groups. There are three, let's say, conversations. One is linking the second. There's a rune that links. This is Lagus, the flow of water, is linking the second conversation with the third. Now, the first conversation speaks of having patience, because as long as it has been for you to come to this situation, I don't want to say that's as long as it will take to come to fruition. No, but the runes are telling me that. I have Yera here, that they will come in this situation, will mature in due time. So they're calling upon your patience. Then the second and the third conversation, linked by Lagus or Lagas, is telling me with Manats and Isa here, that your relationship, the chosen relationship, remember there were situations here and the cards are telling you that have faith in turning to someone that you already know, that you have some form of a past relationship or someone that you know already. Don't fear that, because what is in the runes rather than in the cards is a very happy relationship with this person. Quite distinct, quite different from what you have now, what you've had in the past, what you know, what you have ever experienced. And you will understand that this is the case, because at the same time, when you take decisions concerning a loved one, going back, what is interesting here is that the runes are telling me both Fehu, the harvest, and Aglitz, or Ajid, whatever there are so many names here. They are both talking about, one, the tree of life, one, harvest time. It is your time and things are coming in. The flow of this energy is going to take place, is going to occur at the same time. It's as if it is your success, your financial success, your livelihood, and its success is contingent upon the decision that you make to truly walk toward a person that you know that will bring you to abundance, spiritually speaking and financially speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, Taurus friends, I do hope this helped you in some way. It's extremely interesting for me to see these situations. It would be interesting for me to get feedback via email from you about the weeks to come and how this plays out. Namaste, my Gemini friends. Until we read again.